I'm living a month long with a Kazakh nomad family in the far west of Mongolia to train for my horseback journey from Mexico to Canada next year. This week we're going to herd livestock like a cowboy and ride horses through the wilderness and milk mares. So let's get into the video. The past few days I spent in the city to fix some visa problems, but now it was time to go back to the Nomads again. Alright, and we're back with the Nomads again. Hey Eleman, how are you, man? Hey, Salam ala ara. Walaikum salam. Hey. I just got back and we're immediately drinking some fermented horse milk. It's like booze made out of horse milk. Yeah, it tastes good. Tastes like liquid yogurt with alcohol. Okay, after some cups of horse milk, we're now going to the ger. It feels good to be back again. I'm so happy to be back. We're immediately going to bring back the cows and tie the calves up. This is so much better than in the city, man. In the city I was sweating my ass off, but here it's so much colder. I immediately had to put on some extra clothes when I got here. Good morning everybody. I just woke up and then I was told, let's go, let's get in the car. I see some logs laying here, some shovels, so I think we're going to build something, some kind of rack. We've been in this car for about 20 minutes now and it's a pretty bumpy ride. It was about half an hour ride and now we arrived at this little house and we have some shovels in the back, some tires and some logs, so I'm curious to see what we're going to do. Someone just told me this was their ger, so I think it's just another camp of theirs, and I think right now they're looking for the key somewhere in this wall, but they can't find it. There is a lot of junk in this wall, but I see no key. There's so much stuff in this wall, it's like all the junk they have, they just put inside this wall, like one giant trash can. This for like
Yeah, nice.
This is a sheep pen and the floor is basically made out of sheep dung. So what they do, they dig the first layer of the ground up and then they let it dry like this. And then later they can use it to make fires, because here they use animal dung to make a fire. Hey. So this is dung they dug up earlier, so we're going to bring this to the car and then take it home to use for the fire. Small man, big muscles. Okay, this pen is empty. And we got a beautiful car full of dung. Okay, I thought we were bringing all of this home, but now we're offloading it here again. It's time to take a little break from shoveling shit. I mean, it's not the most fun job in the world, just moving a lot of dung around, but it's okay. Fortunately, we brought a lot of chai. Okay, break time is over. It's time to get back to work. We're also going to dig out this pen, and what we do, we dig up the first layer, then we put them on these bags and then we throw them into the back of the car. I must say this work does make me feel like a real cowboy.
3, 2, 3.
You found the key. Жақсы. It took us about 3 hours and we loaded 2 full trucks, but we're finally done. Basically I thought we were done, but it turns out we didn't only need to do that pen. We need to put all this shit behind me in the truck too, and then bring it all the way over there. This is gonna take all day, man, and I'm pretty done with shoveling shit. We had some trouble starting the car, so then we do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, basically I got saved by the rain, because there's some bad weather coming our way, some dark clouds. So they said, okay, let's go and do it another time. Others have gone into the car, but our horses walked all the way over here. So they dropped us off and now we're walking back the horses. We just had a big fat lunch, rested a little bit, and my belly is full again. And now Silo and I go do something on the horses. I'm not sure what. As always, we'll see. Oh, I should have put on an extra jacket because the wind is really cold. Now I really wish I had put on a rain jacket. We're now following the river this way, but as far as I know, this only leads to a dead end, because last time I went there, I got at a very steep hill that I couldn't get my horse down. But maybe Silo knows something that I don't. I'm so stupid! I could have looked outside for 1 second to see that bad weather was coming. And I could have put on some rain clothes. That's the tough thing. If you only have one outfit with you and it gets wet, then you only have wet clothes. Ah, the rain has become hail. Well, you can say whatever you want about this bad weather, but it also is kind of beautiful, I think. As something raw, something wild. Although the hail does hurt a bit. I can't get my horse to move. Come up. This is the dead end that I reached last time, where I thought I couldn't go down anymore. But Silo seems to think differently. Going down this very steep little path. Last time I didn't see this because this is actually quite doable. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Silo is looking up this mountain with his binoculars. He seems to be looking for something. Alright, we're moving along. This is one of the coolest places I've been in my life. Everything is just so wild and raw. We took a short break. Silo is watching through his binoculars. This is what raw, untouched wilderness looks like. We just stopped and tied up the horses. We stopped at this little house. We just walked here. Now we're going to make a little fire to warm ourselves up. For that, of course, we use horse dung. We were sitting out here in the rain and everything is wet, and he finds this old pile of horse dung that has also been sitting out in the rain. But even though everything is wet, just with a match and a little toilet paper, he's able to light this pile of horse dung. It's really good to know that horse feces work so well. A roaring fire. Using animal dung is actually a really good survival tip, because it can be pretty hard to make a fire when everything in the area is wet. But using horse dung, even though it has rained, works really well. I swear to you, when you're out in the wild and you're cold and wet, there's nothing better than to warm up by a fire. Good. And just like that, we're on the move again. What I notice about these nomads, when they decide to go, they immediately go. And they hurry a lot for some reason. We're back at the horses again. Oh. Silo found some logs that we're going to take with us to the gate. Whoa, damn. His horse isn't really liking the ID. Sailau himself doesn't seem very bothered. Sailau's horse went a bit crazy, so now we each take one. That was our ride through the mountains. We're almost home, but you really gotta have a lot of faith in your horse, because when you're on the top of a mountain or on the top of a steep ridge, if your horse bucks or goes crazy or kicks you off, then you're done. The day really didn't start that great with hours of shoveling shit, but we ended with the coolest ride of the whole trip. Wow, it's a double rainbow. I'm going to see what's at the end of the rainbow because I can see it right there. Hopefully I find a big pot of gold. This is where the end of the rainbow just was. Now of course it has moved. I unfortunately did not find a pot of gold. Only this thing and a lot of animal bones and skulls. I guess this is also kind of cool. It's the end of the day and we ended today with some English lessons because this is the sister of Eleman and she wants to live in America one day. So she's come specially to Mongolia because normally she lives in Kazakhstan to learn English from me. So that's kind of cool. Жақсы. Nice.
Жақсы.
Alright, we just woke up, had some breakfast, saddled the horses, and as usual we start the day with some sheep herding. Okay, so far so good. Just left the sheep behind a while back and now we're taking all these horses up this mountain. I'm very curious to see where we're going. That's really a big thing. They can't explain anything to me, so every day everything we're doing is one big surprise. We just gave Sailau the horses and he's taking them somewhere, and as usual I have no idea what the purpose of this was, but right now we're going back. We're going back again to the sheep to take care of them. We just arrived at this river and it's dry. There's no water in this river anymore. We're going to wait here a little bit by the river to let the sheep graze. Normally this whole river is completely flowing, but now it's only this tiny stream. Up! We brought the sheep away to this mountain. They're going to graze here for a few hours and we're going to the Ger of Arjul to get some lunch. Hey Arjul! We're going to play a card game. Only I'm very curious to see how they're going to explain to me what we're going to play. Language barrier is a serious thing. I have really no idea what we're playing or how the rules work. I think... Yeah? Okay. No. Oh,
5.
5. I understand jack shit of this game. What is this? After a few hours of relaxing, we're on the horses again. Eleman is so much faster than me. I really can't keep up with that guy. I stopped like 1 minute to check my girth and Eleman is already down there. While we were at Arjul's Ger, the sheep were grazing for a few hours and now we brought them a little closer to our own Ger and we went to the Ger ourselves, I think to have some lunch. Yeah, Eleman is washing his hands, so I think we're gonna have lunch. We just finished a really big warm meal, so now I have some energy for the next activity. And the next activity turns out to be getting some sheep that stay behind on the hill. See, most of them came down on their own, which is good because we need to milk them, but some of them stayed behind all the way on the top of this mountain. Here are the stragglers. It's time to get them down. Okay, now all the goats and sheep are in the pen. Now it's time to catch them for milking. Ha, got one. One sheep got in a battle and he knocked off his own horns. I mean, this one is completely gone and this one is loose. Poor guy. I'm getting better at catching sheep. I now caught a reasonable portion of them. We're done with the sheep, they're all tied up and they're being milked, but we ran out of water. All the tanks are empty, so now we're driving with the car to the river to fill all the tanks back up. It's always a bumpy ride in this thing. Alright, we arrived at the river, time to fill up the tanks. This one is the real challenge because you have to do it one bucket at a time through this tiny hole. Okay, it took a while, but everything is filled up, so now we probably won't have to do this again for about 10 days. Oh. We're going to this gentleman's ger to drink some fermented horse milk. Assalamu alaikum. Hey! Zachtste. Good morning. The past few days I suffered from terrible food poisoning. The only thing I did was lay in bed and throw up, but right now I'm feeling better, so today we're going outside again and we're going to have some adventures. I'm still feeling pretty terrible. I'm dizzy, I'm exhausted, but I can't stay in bed forever. Fortunately, we start off the day easy with some tea at the neighbors. It's pretty funny, the nomads almost never drink water. They always drink tea mixed with milk. If you want to saddle the horse but it keeps walking away, what you can do, you can tie its legs together with a rope so it doesn't move anymore. And then you can grab the saddle and put it on. Alright, I'm on a horse again for the first time in 3 days. We're going to bring the sheep to the mountains again, but I'm still feeling pretty terrible, so we're going to see how it goes. We've reached the sheep, so now our job is to bring them to the other side of this valley, across the river, to let them graze on the mountain there. I must say I was feeling pretty awful this morning, but now that I'm out on my horse, in the fresh air, in the mountains, herding the sheep, I feel a lot better already. Some mornings it's really easy to move the sheep, they almost move by themselves and you have to do nothing. But some mornings it's very hard and they don't want to move at all, and this is one of these mornings. Sometimes when you get some goats or sheep that really don't want to move, you can throw rocks at them and then you can reach them from a distance, because otherwise you have to ride to them all the time and it just doesn't make sense. We've now reached the river and the sheep are going up the mountain themselves to graze for a few hours, and we're going to Ger in the meantime to eat something and to drink something. We just arrived at Ger. Hi. Hi. Nice. Suddenly there's a horse in the gap. Hey. What they did, they just cut all the mares and now they're going to tie them up to this rope to milk them. They're tying up all the foals and mares together, but even though the foals are very small, they're really strong. Because the horses are really hard to catch, it takes a lot of people, so after it's done, we have a bit of a celebration. And even though I did terribly little, I also get to enjoy it. I really enjoy these picnics with everybody together. It's like this big gathering of all the neighbors, and they pray together and we eat together. Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, man. So after a nice big picnic and catching some horses, we're going to get the sheep and we're going to bring them back to the house. We just reached the sheep and now we need to get them back down to the river and then back up the mountain and then back to the gate. On days like this, when the sheep really don't want to move, it takes so much more time because you constantly have to stop to get the sheep that are falling behind. Yeah, it takes a lot more energy this way. Ooh, there are some dark clouds coming our way, so we better hurry home. John Jopter. The rain is getting closer and closer. I can already feel the first drops, but the sheep are not moving, so that's very annoying. Finally, we got them running. Alright, Eleman thinks we brought him far enough, so now we're going back to the gate just in time before the rain starts. This morning I felt really bad, and I'm not saying that I'm 100% better now, but I feel a lot better than I did this morning. It's always nice to come home after a big lunch to another big lunch. We arrived just in time because now the rain has started. We spent a few hours at the house, but now Eleman and I are going to catch the sheep. We just reached the sheep. They went pretty far away this afternoon, so now we're going to bring them back to the pen. Ooh, it's really a tough day with the goats and the sheep because they don't want to move at all. Alright, we finally got them down that hill, which was a real pain to do, and now we need to bring them that way to the gate. After we got them off the hill, they went up that hill, and apparently that's enough for Eleman because now we're going back to the gate and we're leaving them up there. Woohoo! This was my third week of living with the Kazakh nomads in Mongolia. I'll be spending one more week with this family and then I'm going off on my own to ride through the wilderness for 1.5 months. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching the video and see you in the next one.